Hello everybody, welcome back to another session of the Hopry. My name is Mark Starr and today is a very special day. So stick around and I'll show you why. Alright, well thanks a lot for joining me at the Hopry again. My name is Mark Starr, and today I wanted to share a beer with you that Beer Advocate calls the #1 rated beer in the entire world, or the #1 beer on planet Earth. It's called the Westvleteren 12. I'm sure most of you are very familiar with this beer. It's near impossible to get. I actually was donated this beer by a good new friend of mine named Louie at craftbeerpaintings.blogspot.com. I think I put a link up on my website not too long ago, but he was very gracious, said he'd got a few of these from a recent trade and wanted to kind of share them with others. And I'll tell you what, hey, if I would pass at that opportunity, I'm stupid. So here it is. Louie, thank you very, very much. It's actually come at a really good time because I just noticed the other day that September 19th of last year was the very first time I ever posted a session of the Hopry. I feel like I've been doing this a lot longer than a year, but either way it's been a year. I'm going to try to post this on Sunday. It may go up Monday, not really sure. But anyway, I wanted to celebrate 1 year of the Hopry with this very special beer. I wanted to do it with my 100th session, but I just didn't have one available. So here we go. Let's go ahead and dig into the beer. Now this comes from the Abbey St. Sixtus, which is in Westvleteren, Belgium. It's in the Flanders region of Belgium. And now it does come in the unlabeled bottle. It does have the cap here, which says that it was bottled on April 29th of 2010. And the sell-by date, which is the date that you'll see on top, is usually 3 years out from the date it was bottled. So I'm drinking this fairly young, but hey, you know what? I couldn't wait, and again, wanted to share it with you on this occasion. So the color on it, because it is a Belgian quadruple, it has that dark raisin and dates and figs and plum color. It's not quite. You can still see through it a little bit. It's slightly hazy, but I think it looks a lot like what I thought. I thought maybe there'd be a little bit more of a, like I guess a dark purple color, but not really. And the head on it, is that light tan colored, really tight bubbles. I can see that as it dissipates, and boy, it's already starting to smell up the room, which is great. But as those bubbles are starting to dissipate, I can tell that they're just clinging on to the side of that glass, which is going to give you a good amount of lacing. So with that said, man, let me go ahead and get my nose in there and see exactly what it smells like. So it really smells, pretty much like I thought it would. It smells, like most quadruples that are really dark and rich and fruity. There's lots of raisins and dates, figs, those sticky fruits that you might get from a quadruple, or even like the barley wine we did the other day from Hair of the Dog. But the fruit, is a lot darker and a lot more rich in here. I'm getting a lot of the malty character. There's also a lot of grape bubble gum, and ever since I've been drinking quadruples, I always get this grape bubble gum, grape hubba bubba flavor out of there. I don't know if you remember when you were kids. When I was a kid, I used to ride my bike down to Circle K and get a pack of Hubba Bubba grape, and it was one of my favorite things. So get a lot of that smell in here. But anyway, I am just absolutely dying to try it. So cheers, guys. Thanks a lot for coming back for an entire year. Wow. I mean, the first thing that really hits me, in addition to all the flavors that I put, that I'm pulling out of it, is just how full flavored it is. I mean, there is a lot going on here. There's a good amount of bitterness. The sweetness is just perfect, you know. It's not cloying, it's not over the top, but it's in there. I would say that the bitterness level and the sweetness level are right on the same playing field. Man, wow. Really, really intense. This thing is absolutely yummy. There's almost like this tobacco-y sort of flavor to it as well. And I don't mean that in a smoky way. You know, if you take like pipe tobacco, for example, and you open up the pouch, and it has that sort of stickiness to it, that sort of sticky, you know, perfumey quality to it. Now, I know there's a lot of different types of tobacco, so I'm just speaking from very generic terms, but I get a lot of that on the taste too. Definitely lots of prunes though, lots of figs and dates, those really sticky fruits that are common in a quadruple. All of that are in there. I think the thing that I like about this beer the absolute most is the bitterness level that's in there, because I'm telling you, that bitterness and that sweetness are right here at each other. A lot of times you'll find in beers, you know, that it's very sweet and there's not enough bitter. So that sweetness becomes cloying and it, you know, sometimes offensive. Or it may be the other way, where there's not enough sweetness to really help kind of cut all of that bitterness. But I'm telling you, this is probably one of the most well-balanced beers that I've ever had. I mean, it's solid all the way around. I mean, just reviewing it in this short amount of time, look at that. I'm about to pour the last little bit of beer in here, and I'll tell you what, I am really sad to see this one go. Man, I'll tell you, I might have to hunt a couple more of these down to hang on to them for a while. But guys, again, thank you 100 times over. This has been a great year for the website. The hits are growing every month. I'm just having a hell of a time. Anyway, I think there's a lot to look forward to over the course of the next year. I've got some things in mind, and I'll share those with you periodically. But as it stands today, here we are drinking a Westie 12. A very good night for me. And I'm going to just sit back and finish this one and kind of take it easy for the rest of the night. But anyway, well, my name is Mark Starr, and we'll see you guys next time. Cheers. Woo! Man. Louie, God, you are the man. Seriously, thank you. You're an amazing artist and a good beer gifter. Wow.